Welcome to digiSchool. I'm Marcos Lima, your innovation and marketing professor. Today we'll continue to look at the interaction between innovation and marketing. Choosing the right segment to target is an important part of your marketing strategy that will have serious implications for your innovation strategy. So let us look at some of the syndromes or mistakes that companies typically do when they're trying to segment and target a specific market. Follow me. Look at this first case. We call it the big fish in a small pond syndrome. What you see here is a large fish in a small aquarium. We can see that this fish does not have enough room to breathe. We can see that this fish is a large company that chose to be present in a market that has a very slow growth or no growth at all. As a result, this large company is going to be spending their precious resources in a target area that does not have the potential for it to grow and use all of its market power to become to have the results and the incoming results that would go with a more adapted strategy. Look at the opposite case, a small fish in a large lake. This is typically what happens with startups. Startups are very small companies that have very few resources, but very large ambitions. And sometimes a startup will try to penetrate a high growth market without having the necessary resources to compete with large companies that occupy that market. Therefore, we call it the small fish in a large lake because they will be lost. They will be less capable of having an impact on the customer needs than large companies. Ideally, you should find the right fit between the company size and the attractiveness of the market. And this table should help you do that balance. You should always look at your competitive position, whether it's weak or strong, and at the industry attractiveness, whether it's high or low. If you have a strong competitive position, if you have a strong resource that's unique and that you can compete better than other companies, then you may want to go to a highly attractive market and invest and pursue. But if you're a small company without the resources to work on a high-profile market like this, you may want to identify a niche opportunity that you can be strong with, and as you progress in that niche, you can gradually evolve to more competitive markets. Conversely, if you have weak resources and try to penetrate a highly competitive market, you should build your capabilities and competencies before you develop and try to compete in a high-performance market. The worst-case scenario is when you have very weak resources and you are in a very low attractiveness market. That is the scenario to be avoided. As a startup, ask yourself, what are the competencies we have and how can I develop those competencies before I play in the big league with the other large players? As you can see, there's two major pitfalls to be avoided. You should avoid the big fish in a small pond syndrome if you're a large company, but you also should avoid the small fish in a large lake syndrome if you're a startup. Try to balance your resources with the market size and market attractiveness. That's one of the key recommendations when choosing which market to enter and which segment to target. I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out our other videos in the marketing and innovation segment at digiSchool.